Great and beautiful morning, afternoon, and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. I say again, welcome to 93 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. I will tell you that the global market continue to oscillate. We saw a light of a green light yesterday, but at this hour, we are seeing that nearly all the market across the globe are looking down this morning. I'm not surprised seeing our market this morning also local here joining the trend. It tells you that the market is searching for direction. But in all this, there are always what opportunity, and that is why, as a design investor, that continue to acquire knowledge at the same time, watch the market, you know when to take the right decision. That is why I said always that stop loss you always apply whatever you are trading, whether you are trading currency, you are trading a no equity, you are trading a commodity, anything you are doing, especially that moves in any instrument you are using or your any investment you are using, always apply stop loss and also take away emotion from what from your investment decision because market will continue to go up and down, and that is the beauty of what we trade because they move, and if prices move you can trace the price. You can also kind of see a trend that will guide you. That is why you need to always look at what is happening in the market. It's very, very important. If I will always tell you that you don't need to panic at all. As we speak now, global equity market is slowing down. The positive start of a second half of the year. At the first last Friday, we saw all of them trying to look up, but this I speak now, across the globe, market are looking down. As Europe stocks are down, US in red, and why is US in red? All the indicators in US market, especially the Dow Jones, S&P 500, that they are all in red in the southward direction. Why Asia market, as we speak now, remain mixed. Some are still in slight green, while others are in red in that region. On this is on the continuing fear of what of global recession and the continuing hike of rate by the central banks of the world. That is what is pushing the fear into the market. But I will tell you that we can't see we are blaming the central banks. When you see a cankerworm called inflation rising as a result of some also geopolitical concern and the kind of distortion in supply chains. These are factors that are kind of impacting inflation. Because they are impacting inflation, this is also affecting the global economy. For that, the Central Bank of Nigeria, they have a duty of stabilizing price. They will not fold their hands and be watching. And immediately as they also continue to hike rate, I'll tell you, most of them are deflating, recovering in their domain or in their client, because when the cost of production is high and cost of fund is high, automatically things are going to. That's why fear of no recession is almost across the globe because of what the continued hike in rate. But let's see how it goes. But I will tell you, in every uncertainties, there are also opportunity. That is why you need to always stay ahead of the market by watching what your trend. When I mean your trend, your price action is very, very important at any given time to know exactly what is happening in the market. You need to stay ahead of the market, especially as the earning season is around the corner. What are the factors that will drive the earning season? Where is the market coming from? Are we going to see continued sectoral rotation, or we're going to see a slowdown in the second half of the year? These are the things we're going to discuss this afternoon. Like I said, what you need to know or what you need to know as a trader or investor is for you to have a plan. I always say this always that you need to have a plan, because one thing is that trading is easy to begin but difficult to master. Why is it difficult to master? Is that most people that I see that are in the market, they don't have system, they don't have process, they don't have plan, they don't have goal, they just do it haphazard because their friends are doing it. That's why it's difficult for them to master. But if you are joining classes like this, you are paying for master class, you are doing other things, you are listening to news, you are trying to also understand how this market operates, and in the process you are trying to build a process. And that is why I always emphasize that before you enter the market, even though you are a long-term investor, a trader, you must have what a goal. It is your goal that will help you to know the kind of stock that will suit that help you to meet that goal, and also the time frame for you to achieve those goals will also will help you. Your plan will help you to stay. That's why you have a good entry and a good exit. Also, you have a profit target for all your position when you are entering. Like I said last time, if you remember that when you are going to a place, you know where you are entering, you know your bus stop, or you know where you are going. That means as you are entering, it's a stock today, you should know where exactly you exit. And if you touch there, you don't need to be greedy and say, oh, because you thought let it, because no, that your goal will always guide you. And that is why I said trading is very easy to begin, and also it's difficult to master, because those people that are just making profit and they rush out and they lost money, they complain. There's no plan that is guiding them. That's why you are different, because you are opting your game in terms of knowledge to make sure that you remain ahead of the market. That is what is expected as a good trader. There, there is not one way, one right way of for you to say is way to make money. No, there is not one way or one right way for everything. No, or for everyone. No, the way I trade is not the way you trade, because we have different goal, we have different what objective. In the same market, people are making losses. Some people are making gain in that market because they are looking at different things in the market. That's why I said there is no one right way for everyone. Everybody has a way of of knowing where. That's why when you say, particularly those that are in buy and sell signal, I always say that once you are expecting to slug into the signal on Monday, before you as an investor and trader, you might also be thinking of stock you want to buy. But immediately you open the buy and sell signal and you now see the stock that meet your what you're expecting, I have confirmed that you have also have in mind. That's why I said, in a matured market like US and another advanced market, you see they have a analyst consensus that all these are what they use also to know the kind of stock, the kind of sectors or industry they should be looking at each particular phase of the market. Because they, when all of them are saying, they look at that direction, and that also direct activities or kind of volume or sentiment. But here we are still doing the one, but gradually we are coming together. That's why we have analysts hang out, or no, try to we can share view and listen to us. Then when we are also moving this direction, it also guide you that we are seeing a that. That's why as investor, you need to have a goal, and when what you are thinking in mind, when any other analyst or any other person that's also in the market share the same thing, it was also to confirm. That's why when you log into the buy and sell signal, there are 5 stocks there or some. There it's not whether you must buy all the 5. That's why I said in the last master class that the minimum of 4 stocks in your portfolio or maximum of 8. No matter how much you have. But if you really want to trade, you might be trading just 2 or 1 stock in and out and use it to grow your portfolio. That's why I say your goal is very, very important. That's why I say there is not one right way for everyone. We all have different way of also invest in the market. You need to find what worked for you. You need to find it. Why means you need to find what that I work for. Like I tell you that I'm not the type that will put almost all the indicators in the world on one chart. No, it's becoming confusing. There I can use just only 2 indicators, one alone to take my decision. There you know what's work for you. It's not because Mr. A is using 5 indicators, you must use it. The one you understand most should one you should use. And once you apply that, it becomes easier for you to want to take your investment decision at any given time. That is why it's very, very important to know what you are doing in the market. Once you know it, that is the good thing there. One, also you must have love for it. You must have love for it, and that is why you are in this class this afternoon, because you know why you are here. You must have love for trade. You love investing, what you are doing. You must have love for it. That love will always prepare you, will always kind of give you encouragement, a push to do the right thing at the right time. And if you do that, you're going to achieve your goal, and your bottom line at the end of the day will also. But if you are doing something that you don't have interest, I will tell you, you are not motivated to even take extra mind to do that. But because you love it, you don't mind. Even when I take extra mind, you don't feel it because you want to achieve a result that also will speak for itself. It cannot just be for about money. Yes, if you look at the money you want to invest, or the money you want to make alone as what is bringing to the market, you will get missed in the market. Because one, you are in the market to learn, you are in the market to understand how you are in the market also to make money. But if you are focusing on making money, hey, that means you become a problem. You must balance it, that as you learn, when the mistake here and there, your mistake, and next time when then in the process of investing and losing money, you also knowing the strategy to use. You are knowing the process. You know why you lose the stock in the stock. You know why you make money in the stock. These are this what you say. You must not focus on the money itself. Another thing that you must have a process, or you need a process. Like I always said, that process will help you. That plan will help you to always achieve what you want to achieve. Like also factors that influencing this market environment now. The factors that are influencing the market environment, they are increasing on a daily basis. But the good thing is that with these factors continue in this second half of the year, we have seen all in first half of the year. Our market maintained an uptrend. We saw a positive close of about 2.31 as at the last day of June. But as we speak now, we have seen the first and second day. The first day of the month of July, the first day of second half was positive. Yesterday was in red. Today, as we speak now, we are seeing that the market is already in red. Trading below the T line. We have not gone, but I see that market has gone below almost 51,600 and something. That means market is below the T line as we speak. These are what are the factors that are going to shape the market at the same time. As we speak now, the factors that really kind of influencing the market as we speak are one, you need to understand those factors and also factor it in your investment decision. The global uncertainties as what is happening, in Ukraine, and also the oil price that have remained above 100 despite it's oscillating. As we speak now, you can see that oil price has slowed down again after it rebounded yesterday night to around 114. As we speak now, it has gone down to another 112 again, 12.4 at this hour. This oscillation will remain in the market, but as I said yesterday, there's already a forecast by big banks in the world that the oil might likely look what touch as high as 380, 385. If that happens, we can see what that will be on the lifestyle of people on earth, because the energy will heat up here and there. The manufacturing sector, the cost, we all believe that things will normalize going to the future. But I tell you, like what the central bankers said during their meeting in Europe, like the ECB, in the meeting they had last week, that inflation has come to stay. That going back to low inflation rate, low inflation regime or environment, it will be difficult or less than normal. Even when the war in Ukraine and Russia stop today, it will take time also to rebuild that zone or that region. You know what it takes for that period. But the first thing is that global uncertainties and also pre-election year fear down here will also influence the market. But the good thing is that during our presidential primary down here, we didn't see much of fracas here and there, but we saw a peaceful selection of presidential candidates for each parties. We believe that momentum will remain, but if they continue, that will be very nice. But I'll tell you, pre-election year, there are always fear, surrounding it, because more foreign investors are not likely to come in during that period. And also, there are some investment people who want to take until they see the outcome of the election, to see the party will come in power. But the good thing is that as we're expected to see the manifestos of these parties, from any moment from now, but also seeing the candidates of the major parties, presidential candidates, we've seen that yes, if they come on board, anyone that come on board going to be a plus for the market. We expect that also should also investors be looking at. Also look at the rising inflation. It's a canker one, I'm telling you. That is why interest rate is on the up, because of central banks want to control or curtail or checkmate inflation. Then the rising inflation is also what is also inflating the market. In this second half, we saw it at the late first half already is going to go with the second half of the year. Another thing is rising interest rate. You know that the first one had about almost 150 point increase when we did our first rate adjustment. Other climate are also adjusting even for their second or the third time within this year. But we just did our own in the month of May. We expect that another MPC meeting is coming here. But I'll tell you, it's 50, 60%. One, they're likely that they will leave the interest rate as it is at 13th Fed to watch to see how it's going to play out. Yes, we have not seen much of the political activity in terms of money coming to them. If going to the future, yes, they might try to increase the vote. I believe that the probability that they will increase the interest rate in the next MPC meeting for me is 40%, is 40%, 60%. They will not, but in terms of increase, they want to increase it. Let's say 50-50 here and there, but it depends on the group or the committee members. But I believe that let them see the adjustment, what is going to do the economy. We're expecting to see the Q2 numbers of companies. We know that it was done in May, might not have much impact, but let's see how it's going to. The numbers will reflect it. The high cost of diesel has been, from even the end of the first quarter. Then till now, let's see how it's going to play out on the numbers and also the economic data we're expecting. We're looking forward to see the inflation figure for the month of June. Already we have seen that for May, we have seen that it has hit as high as 17.71. Then any moment from now, we are seeing to hit cross 18. 18, that will also another thing that will also be shaping where fund will also be flowing to when it comes to investment in the market. Then the next one there is during this period, If you remember before now, we have seen during the COVID-19, we saw little kind of slowdown in growth, but after that COVID-19, post COVID-19, we're seeing really kind of high growth, but this inflation and the interest rate are likely to, to slow down and kind of deflect this growth we have seen coming up, before now. But let's see how it goes. These are the things we're looking at. Also, low speculative liquidity in the market as we speak now. Before, because of the low interest rate, you can see that there was fun. But now with this adjustment, both the PFA, the big players in the market, trying to rebalance their portfolio. That's why I said we are seeing a low speculative liquidity in the market as we speak now. That's why the market is still looking for direction. But we believe that the numbers that are coming and other economic data will also give the market direction. That's why you as an investor position in those sectors that they have all it takes to take you to the next level when it comes to investment. Yeah, I have a question to ask here. Then we'll now answer this question together. Yeah, will the sector no will the sector that led in the first half of the year continue to lead in this second half? If yes or no, but I'll tell you one thing that is certain, that sector rotation in and out will persist in this Q3, will continue in this area, and because it's going to continue in this area and beyond, it is this sector rotation and the portfolio rebalancing and also readjustment will continue to create opportunity for those that understand the market dynamics, especially those that know how to use what technical tools. This rotation will create opportunity for designing traders and investors that understand why the market is doing what it is doing now. That is what you should know, because you use your technical analysis. You know why the momentum, the factors that brought the market is, like I said, the sectors that supported the market. Are these going that are going to keep the market in this direction? If those sectors are not changing, I tell you, market coming back down drastically will be very slim. Or let us see change in those sectors. If those sectors are still going to hold so, that means where will you be now that you are starting another second half? We're going to another journey of another 6 months. We're just finished 6 months, another one. Then this also what I say should guide you as an investor. Once you understand, you identify the best trend to trade early. Once you're able to do that and enter the trend on time because you identified early, you see as you are joining that around that the trend, because we'll see in tech analysis that trend is your friend. Whether the trend is going up or coming down, it's your friend. But when trend is going up, you know that that is a market that is trending, and you'll be able to identify that market on time or that equity on time, and you jump in when others are coming trend up. You are smiling. Also, when it is pulling back, you have missed out before. You are targeting the leaders and also those companies that has potential that have rallied, that have pulled back for you to enter, because market will always oscillate no matter what it is. You can't see the market remaining in uptrend all through or downtrend all through. That's why you have overbought and oversold. Also in the fundamental, you have what call undervalue and what and overvalue. When the market go to that overbought region, there's bound to be what profit taking. There's bound to be correction. When it gets also to the oversold region, they're about to trying to also take advantage of that low price. But that's why when you see market pulling back, it's a report. That's why trend is our friend in any direction as technicians or as a trader. But you must understand when exactly to jump into any market, any position or not. Also, you want to, like I always tell you, that have a process to profit from these trends we expected to be created with a sectorial rotation. Because we expect this to create a trend, we also have to have a process so that you can benefit from these trends expected to be created with this sectorial rotation in and out. And also, if you understand, if you look at what the market did in half year, you know that there are some sectors that really kept the market up. I'll tell you, sector one is the telecoms, agriculture. You can see the price of Okomu and Presco moving from around 76, 1800 to where they are today. That is a plus. If you look at Steplat moving from as low as 690, 700 to where it is, ETH, you can see all these movements are what really kept the market up. And are they coming down? If they're not coming down, what is the shareholding structure? If the numbers they are setting to the market to support this price, it tells that the market will always oscillate little and continue, unless this major stock that brought the market up overnight also lost all this their movement. If not, but if they are gaining and adding more to it, because I tell you, the big investors will look at sectors and industry or companies that has all it takes for them the position ahead. And if they are taking position, because when the inflation rate for the month of June hit the market and it's above 18, 18.40, it is that people or naturally those that are taking fixed income as safe haven, might likely be looking at elsewhere for them also to take a position. This is what we need to know as we speak. But we need to go to see the state of the market at this hour so that we can continue from there. As we speak now, as I said earlier, our market is in the red this morning or this hour. That is the state of the market. Market is doing around 51,682.85. That means market is down by 108.50, representing negative 0.20%. This is what the market is doing now. But if you look at the market rate, I'll tell you the market rate is slightly in negative or slightly down. But as we speak now, we're having 10 losers against 9 gainers. Yes, among the 10 losers, ICO is there leading the pack, followed by Regency Insurance, NASCOM, Boa Food. I guys can see that Boa Food is a major stock that put the market down. At this why the market is doing what is doing, kind of from 108.50 down, because Boa Food is also on the losers chart, followed by Livestock Feed. Then if you go to the the gainer start this morning, UPDC, a real estate construction company is also leading the pack. And I said yesterday in the class, if you can remember, that when the economy or we're at this stage of rising inflation and also rising interest rate, that is also a sign. Yes, the economy seems to be recovering, but when you see these two factors, interest rate rising and also inflation rising, and we are seeing articles slowing down, which the first quarter GDP actually, that is what we call, we're entering the early contraction, which was started gradually. When we get to the late contraction, it will be very difficult, and also that will lead gradually to recession again. I pray we'll not get to that level. But as we speak now, because during inflation, real estate business or real estate is a way of hedging against inflation, and also stock market can see that this company is into real estate business. We expect that the company numbers will look up, and not only that, as people use property to hedge against the inflation of keeping money and the money is values eroding, it's better they go into real estate where they see that appreciation. Don't forget that in Nigeria, our infrastructure gap is still very high, and also the housing deficit is also high. That is why you can see the people always seeing ahead where will support the performance of this company in terms of earnings, and knowing that the first results for 2022 financial year, the company has turned into what? Into profit. If that trend is sustained in their Q2 or the half year result we're looking at to see before the end of July, that will be a plus for UPDC. Followed by Academic Press. Academic Press result is being expected, and that is long overdue because they also hit the market before the close of Q2, which is June 31st, June 30th. Yet they have not released the result. But looking at that, we are seeing that the price is rising. Yesterday it was up, today up again. We also seen a Unity Bank among the gainers. But I would say yes, we have not looked at a chart. But for Unity Bank, if you're trading, you have to trade with caution. If you look at the fundamental of in terms of their financials, I will tell you that company, that bank is still shaking, because a bank that has a deficit shareholder position of almost 270 billion, I'll tell you that is very, very huge. Then the next one there, we'll see Capri still among the gainers for today, followed by also Prestige Assurance. These are the top gainers as we speak out of the 9. Then I won't stop our discussion on this market state of the market without looking at the volume. The top trade now, we have UBA leading, followed by GT Code, we have Sterling Bank, Transcorp is there, and Regency Insurance. These are the top in terms of activities, in terms of volume traded so far at this hour. But we want to look at what the market is doing now. Then we'll now look at the following stock again. We want to still look at UBA position, GTB, Sterling Bank, Transcorp, the stock that is a darling stock. You can see the stock always the activity said that something is happening in the stock. UPDC, will this trend be maintained? Then Cabre, will also look at what is happening in Cabre. Then finally, we'll look at the BOA position in the chart to see what to do and what is happening in livestock feed. Livestock feed, is a sector that we expect that would have influenced the kind of sentiment for livestock feed, but it goes up and down. I think about 2 weeks ago, we saw that stock gaining for almost 3 to 4 days before profit taking hit the stock. Let's see how the market is doing. Looking at that chart, this is the market position. You can see the NGS index action now, but we can see that the market is, can look at here, the market has returned to this level but has not broken down this 51.7 down. Let's see what we'll see. Let's call our indicators up to help us look at the market very well. We're seeing the index action already, but we need indicators to confirm some position, the strength of the momentum in the market, the sentiment in the market. The indicator will help us to really give us the position of things happening in the market. That's why we need to look at the the indicators with the index action to know exactly what is happening in that regard. Let's quickly look at all of our T line. Our T line remain no 8 days. As we speak now, you can see it here that the market, the T line is with the market as we speak now. But we can see also come down here, market is here then in either to cross up or to cross down. You can see this position. You also look at this histogram, just like yesterday, money flow, okay, money flow, yes, around the 35 yesterday, it's almost 36. It's still looking up, but we need to consider where it's going and what until break out the 50 point, then that will say strength really has come. But it's a good one that is looking up at this point. But once it cross 50, for me, it's a good one. MACD also is at the verge of at the verge of crossing up to become bullish, which is good. But I think the 1 hour chart will give us a good picture of what the market is doing now. And now let's go to 1 hour chart. On 1 hour chart, the market is also trading flat on the T line. Let's use our, let's make it bold here to see what is happening here. You can see it here so that you can see for yourself. Oh, that is why it's good. You can see using you can see that it's trading below the T line now. You can see it's good that make it bold. Let's also look at the day index, what is happening there. That will be a very good one for us to know. Yes, you can see also it's now below the T line as we speak. You can see it here, which is a good one. But let's watch. For me, market has not really change dimension that will send us fear to panic. But let's watch and see. You can see what I'm saying here. It's never about to cross up. I've not done that, but money flow is still looking up. Looking at this chart, let's see. This is the state of the market at this moment. The state of the market at this moment. Let's quickly look at no. I said let's look at UBA first. It's like the first one in terms of volume. Let's look at what is happening in UBA. Have a lot of them to look at this hour, but we'll be fast. So I can cover the essence of looking at this chart. You want to see the position of the stocks, how they are doing. UBA, as we speak now, here on the 1 hour chart, it seems to have gone up, but looking down now. But the money flow is still looking up, and MACD is almost confirming a positive trend, but still flat here on the 1 hour chart. A day chart, okay, on a day chart, let's look at 1 hour chart. Sorry, 1 hour chart is telling us the stock is trading below the T line on the 1 hour chart, but still, also MACD is also trying to come down. You can look at this very well here. This is what you want to look. You want to confirm the state of the market. But fund is entering the stock even on the 1 hour chart. Tell you that UBA has also become a kind of stable at this price of 740, 745, being the major, like a strong support level for the stock. It has not broken down. Once it broken down, we could be looking at around 680, 685, but this remains a strong region for the stock now where it finds stability. Let's quick one. Let's just look at the GT code to look at what is happening in GT code. What is happening in GT code? GT code. What is happening in GT code? GT code on a 1 hour chart, can see that the remain below the T line. Yes, even when the MACD tried to come up, but money flow is telling us fund is still leaving GT code as we speak. That's why I have to watch carefully. For always for those long-term investors, even on a day chart, GT code have been below the T line for a long time from here to this place. You have to be very careful until confirm a breakout before you can jump into GT code. Even MACD is bearish, and also money flow is looking down on a day chart for GT code. That means you have to confirm a breakout from the T line before you can jump into the stock. And don't forget also, like I said, the interim dividend will come in the month of August, and we're just entering July. That means we have more than 1 month to go. That means we are buying the stock, know why we are entering. But for me, I would want to confirm the uptrend before we jump into the position of the stock for my own perspective. You need to confirm, and that is what I'm teaching, that you must use your T line as what as your Fibonacci to give you buy and exit position at any given time. Transcorp is very important. The volume in this stock has made that stock, not only that the improving performance in terms of a number has also been a plus. Can see volume, and also the enlarged share in issue of Transcorp have made that stock that the volume transacted even day in day out, weekly, year, month, and the quarter, says that people are seeing potential. People are taking strategic position ahead of what the numbers, saying that the sectors where this company operates are really doing well. If you look at the hospitality sector where they are with their Hilton hotel in Abuja, in Calabar, knowing that this pre-election year, lots of political activities. You remember during the primaries, nearly all the hotel in Abuja were that place for a day. It's about almost 250, 240 for a night. You can see what and the kind of people that go there, and this is a kind of international hotel. You see, and only that, look at the agricultural sector also where they have operation, they have business, it's doing well. The oil and gas where they are doing well. I see a lot of, and if you look at the power, you know what it is now. Power is a utility that whether you like it or not, you need power. That means you need to pay for what you are consuming. For me, I believe that that is what people are looking at, and also they are not sleeping. They are expanding their capacity in terms of bringing out generating more. That's why they're acquiring different plants from here and there. For me, those that are thinking long, but this is thought that also that have touched as high as 7 naira, 8 kobo, in 2018, 2017. And that's how coming down. These are the things we need to consider in Transcorp, and that's why there's volume in that stock. For those that are thinking long, that want to stay put, it's a stock that you can also take position and watch. As we speak now, you can see the pattern here now as it is, and I can see that this day chart is not doing badly. But yes, you can see that it's just rating on top the T line as we speak on a day chart. 1 hour chart for Transcorp. Let's look at how it looks. Yes, you can see a green line here, a green candlestick here. But money flow is looking down. MACD is slightly bullish, but this for a day chart. But I tell you, Transcorp chart is also not bad at all. Quick one, even because of our time, let's quickly look at what is happening in UPDC, and is there potential that this trend will continue? If it continue, what is your position? Are you in or out? Are you going to get it tomorrow, or you want to also sell the one you have? If you look at the stock on a 1 hour chart, I will tell you there's a green volume. Can see it's above the T line. Can see here money flow tells us this stock something is happening, and this trend are there for a long time. You can see that the men above the T line from here to all this level. You can see what MACD is saying on a 1 hour chart. Money flow is looking up quickly to almost around the 96, reading around 86. 86 for me it's a good one for the stock. Let's look at what it's doing in a day chart for us to round up the class. And later I can see also like a gap up here. You can see a gap between here on a day chart. This is good strength for the stock. Money flow on a day chart is also reading around 76, 78. Good for me, it's a good one. You can see volume, and you can see that MACD is already bullish on a day chart. This tells you that there's activities in this stock, which if you are in this stock, if you have made profit, nothing stops you to take profit. If you are entering, go ahead. If you want to take your profit slowly, depend on your investment objective. Go ahead and also take action on the stock. Let's quickly look at Cabre. Let's look at Cabre. It's a stock that just pulled back slightly. Let's see what is happening in Cabre before. For these are the gainers, UPDC and Cabre and others. But for Unity Bank, no. Unless you are a trader, but I advise you don't be Unity Bank. A night or a day will come before you wake up in the morning. You have learned that federal government have taken out the bank. What have been like the way we have money in Sky Bank before you know it today is a story. Then this is a company I tell you have negative shareholders from. Why the CBN of Nigeria have tried to keep away or look aside, not seeing that bank. I don't know. This will get into almost more than 5 years now that they've been in that situation. I don't know, but you have to be very careful. When a bank has a negative shareholders fund, it's not too good for the bank. Anything can happen from the side of the regulator. Yes, if you look at Cabri on a day chart, you can see yes, but yet to cross the T line. You can see it here. Once it crosses over, fine. And what you are seeing here, you can see that the blue line have not crossed it. Once you able to cross it, and that shows. But money flow is showing that fund is entering reading 44 until cross 50. That is also a good confirmation that the trend is strong. But let's see what goes on the next trading day or before the market finish today, where it's going to close. But for me, I will say thank you from this angle for having you for taking time to join us this afternoon. We appreciate you, and like I just said, those that yet to subscribe to the our channels, this is the best time to do that. Like I can see that we're already posting the analyst hangout for last week, then which also another one is coming this week, so that I can also have access to them. Well, feel free and make your comment. I can read some comment this morning from that channel. Go ahead and subscribe. And also share the link with your people whenever we want to do live class like this, even on the question and answer. Feel free so that we'll have more people getting to get knowledge on how to take a good investment decision, because in any of our gathering we share actionable trade ideas and information that will change your portfolio for good and also boost your bottom line at the end of the day. That's why I say always set towards your investment objective. See you tomorrow and enjoy the rest of your trading day.